Nothing you can do about that one, can you? Oh, man, what's going on, everybody? This is LC Muscles here, back with a brand new video. This is my crow video to the Steelers losing inevitably to the Eagles, 35-13. I didn't really expect much from this game. I watched it. We were tied with them 7-7 at one point. Then we just let the brakes get loose. But at the end of the day, it's the Philadelphia Eagles. They're the best team in the league for a reason. Other than Buffalo, they're the best team in the league for a reason. Did I expect us to win? No. But you know what? I'll give them credit where credit is due. We at least kept them in. At least we were in for the first quarter, but otherwise, not good at all. Just a really awful game. I think Matt Canada should be fired. I think that this week proves it. I think it is time to go ahead and fire him before the bye. We are coming up on our bye week right now. We got the bye week next week, and then we got the New Orleans Saints after that. No playoffs. I think the Steelers could still turn the season around. It's not looking good, though. There are some teams that have come from being 2-6 to make the playoffs, so it's not the end of the world. Like the 2008 Chargers were 2-6 at one point. They made the playoffs at 8-8. So anything's still realistically possible. We still have plenty of time left this season. There's still a lot of time left. We got 9 games left. Sorry, I'm against the New Orleans Saints. Realistically, there isn't much you could do here. There really isn't much. I just do what I can, and at the end of the day, it is what it is. The Steelers we just completely let the Eagles do whatever they want on us. A.J. Brown owned us. It wasn't even close. A.J. Brown just completely owned the Steelers secondary today. He had over 300-something yards, 3 touchdowns. Absolutely pathetic performance from our defensive backs. There really isn't much you could do when the team just can't get anything going on offense. There isn't really much you could do. I'll give the Steelers a few things. We were somewhat competitive the second drive when we scored our touchdown, and we had a few good drives, but Pickett just did what he could. I'm not going to complain, though. Pickett didn't play a bad game against the Eagles. It could have been a lot worse. I was actually at that last game in 2016 when they got blown out by Carson Wentz and the Eagles, 34-3. I was there at that game. So at least scoring a touchdown in Philadelphia, I was at least happy with that because we at least scored a touchdown. That's all I care about. I wanted to at least score 1 touchdown, and we did. But when our offense is this bad, we have to get rid of Matt Canada. Pure and simply put, he's not getting the job done. We're going to our bye week, and we need to implement a new offensive system. I think now is the right time, Monday morning, go ahead and get rid of Matt Canada, and then put in our interim offensive coordinator in, and let's see what we can do from there. Because Canada just cannot get it done. He just simply cannot get it done at NFL level. I think now's the right time. Just like the Pittsburgh Penguins done numerous times when they have gotten rid of coaches in the middle of the season and turn around and win things up, just like when 2008 when we fired one of our coaches and we got Dan Bylsma in there, and then he ended up taking us not only to the Stanley Cup in 2008, but winning it in 2009. And then he took over because they made the final. They made the finals, and they got back and won it that year, 2009. And then when we brought in our current head coach for the Penguins, and we end up winning the Stanley Cup 2 times in a row. So we could do it. We really can and should do it. Do I think we're going to win the Super Bowl? No. I think we still got a shot at the playoffs. I don't think that the season's completely over. The rest of our games are winnable. We play the Ravens twice, who aren't that good, who barely beat Tampa Bay. And mind you, that Thursday night game was beyond awful, and I think the Buccaneers were a dumpster fire right now, and I think that the Ravens getting back in and winning that game, I think it was a complete farce. If the Buccaneers were actually good, they would have blown the Ravens out, but that's a story for another day. We got the Bengals, who do play on Monday night. They haven't been as good, and we already beat them once this year. We have the Browns again with Deshaun Watson, but it's in Pittsburgh. And the last time we played Mitch Trubisky the whole game. So Kenny Pickett's an upgrade over Mitch Trubisky. We play the Saints, who, even though they got a shutout against the Raiders, they're not that good. Let's be realistic here. None of those teams are that good. I'm not shocked either, lady. I'm not. I knew we were going to lose, but I was hoping it would be at least within the point spread. We didn't get to that because – unfortunately, the Eagles just completely destroyed it. I did see that unknown. I actually have that game on. I was watching that. I did see that unknown. And I feel bad because you guys played tonight against Buffalo. May God have mercy on your soul because we got blown out in Buffalo 38-3. So may God have mercy on your soul there. I think right now this team is going to be fine. We get TJ Watt also after the bye week. He will be back after the bye week, which is good. He will be fine. I think our defense will definitely be played better. Even though we haven't gotten a sack the past 2 games, that is going to turn things around. I think with TJ Watt back in that Saints game, I think it's going to turn around. Not only do we have the Saints, we have the Cincinnati Bengals back-to-back weeks at home, which will be very nice. That'll really help us out. Man, it's just an interesting thing to say the least with this game. Just not much consistency at overall. We did what we could. I will give a shout out to a few players, though, I think, who stepped up and tried to do everything he could. Pat Freiermuth, this is his second game back from his concussion. He's looked consistent. Deontay Johnson did all right. Chase Claypool, I loved his effort today. I don't think we're going to trade him. George Pickens just was a non-factor, unfortunately, today. Even though he had 2 catches, they should have been challenged, but just disappointing performance. But he's still a rookie. Like, realistically, this is a rebuilding team. I understand that. But we are not even close to the worst team in the league. Like, I've already seen people saying, oh, the Steelers are the worst offense in the league. Oh, the Steelers are the worst team in the league. I'm like, are you kidding me? Do you see the Houston Texans out there? Do you see the Raiders out there? Do you see the Broncos, the Colts? The Broncos just got lucky because Jacksonville imploded themselves today in London. So don't get it twisted. This was just a tough loss today. Kenny Pickett did what he could. He had one bad throw where he overthrew the receiver, ended up getting tipped, and then went into the end zone for an interception. I'm not realistically going to say it was an awful throw, but he has to work on that. He did play a little bit better and was better with decision-making this week when compared to last week. Other than that one bad interception, he really didn't have that bad of a game. Claypool, I will give my MVP to because he did throw a touchdown pass. Alexander Gray. What's up, Alex? I know I was on your stream today and your Dolphins got the win. Congratulations. You guys are now 5-3. That's very impressive. You guys are doing well. So you guys are at it. But overall, it was just tough. I'm sure the offensive line, we realistically – oh, we did get sacks. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it. We must have gotten in garbage time. I didn't realize that. We must have gotten on Gardner Minshew. But we allowed 6 sacks today, which is terrible. But at the end of the day, there's not much you can really do. Who got our sacks? That's what I'm wondering. Cameron Hayward, Malik Reed, and – Carlos Davis. All right, that's not bad. I'll give him – we actually got some sacks today. I thought we didn't have any. I know we didn't have any the first half. We didn't have any in the first half. We must have gotten the rest of them in garbage time, which I'm fine with. We're at least getting somewhat back in. The good thing is we get TJ Watt back from the bye week. Unfortunately, we don't get Calvin Austin, though. Calvin Austin will be on injured reserve the rest of the year, which is unfortunate. It does suck because I wanted to see him play because our – return unit is not good other than Steven Sims. Gunnar Olszewski was absolutely awful, almost costed us a safety near the end of the game. That was pretty bad. But I'll give the Eagles credit. They're the best team in the league, and I did not want to do any bets this week. I just did not feel like it. There are no Eagles members in the TTC anymore, so that's why you haven't seen me around. Dude, the problem is this year with the TTC, no one's around anymore. No one does this anymore. This may be I might do it again, but realistically, I'm not going to do videos if there's no one to talk to. Because next week when the Saints will come back, I know the Saints are going to be back. So I'm going to do a live stream for that one because I got some fun stuff and special stuff planned for that one. that Saints hate week's going to be fun. That's for sure. But otherwise, other than the Saints, Bengals, Raiders, like Panthers, I'll do something. I'll do something for the Falcons. There isn't anyone for the Browns. Ravens, with Ravens Red Zone, I'll do something. But Ravens Red Zone, it's like, dude, it's not fun because I've constantly owned them, Ravens Red Zone, since I've been in the TTC. I'm 4-0 against them. So I may have something, but it's just, it is what it is. But this year's just been not good for the TTC. Not having anyone, the Bucks, Eagles, Bills, the Bills Mafia. I talked to stuff with him, but there wasn't much with him otherwise. There aren't any other Bills fans. Dashy, that's about it. There really, and the Patriots one was a good one. That was a good hate week. But other than that, there really hasn't been anything. So it is what it is at the end of the day. The Steelers are 2-6. We're going to our bye week. We need to make some changes. We need to get fire Matt Canada. That is the number one thing we need to do. Monday morning, please fire Matt Canada. The Cardinals, my team, or the baseball team, was able to fire their pitching coach, Mike Maddox, which I can't stand at all. Thank God he got fired. And our hitting coach we got rid of. Thank God we were able to do something. Now it's time for the Steelers to do something. Because when we fired the other guy and brought in Mike Sullivan for the Penguins, we ended up winning and doing good in the playoffs. I think if we bring a new offensive coordinator, I think we'll be fine the second half of the year. I think our offense can turn things around. The Saints aren't that good, and I think the Saints are a good opponent to start up at after the bye week. We're going to get T.J. Watt back. We're going to have a lot of our guys come back healthy. I think there are some things we need to work on, but still, I'm liking where the Steelers is going. Like, it's tough when you don't have T.J. Watt in at all mostly the first half of the season. It's tough to realistically get anything. And we're only 1-12 without TJ Watt. That's embarrassing. We need to get some more help for TJ Watt. Malik Reed's okay, but we need to get somebody help to get Highsmith available, man, because Highsmith's getting double teamed. It's just not a good look for us. Maybe we draft somebody, but right now, realistically, it was a tough one, realistically. This one was just a tough one to watch. We could still turn things around the second half of the season, but we need to improve on offensive line next in the offseason. I think that's a big way of improvement. Cardinals' offensive line did not look good at all against the Eagles. 6 sacks is awful, but there is ways we can improve. The biggest thing is we need to fire Matt Canada and bring in someone new for offensive coordinator. Then maybe we can improve a little bit. Then if we don't do well, we can improve on offensive line in the offseason. I think we'll be fine for next year because next year the season looks pretty good for next year. Especially with Kenny Pickett, I think the team's going to get better. It's just going to take a matter of time. Do I hate the fact that the Steelers are 2-6? Yes, but it's not the end of the world. It isn't. I think this team will be fine once TJ Watt comes back. Maybe we can even make a run. Tomlin is usually known for having a good second half of the season. I know we've had some rough times. In 2013 and 2014, we had really rough times. And then we ended up making the playoffs in 2014, winning the division. And then in 2013, we pretty much start 0-4 and pretty much being, I think, 2-5 at one point before the bye week. And then, the bye week was after 0-4 because I was in London. And then we ended up being 2-5. We turn things around and go 8-8. So I think we can realistically still do well in the second half of the season. And all our games are winnable in the second half of the season. Saints, Bengals, Ravens, Raiders, Browns, Panthers, and Falcons. That's a really good second half of the season. And I think our team could do well. So at the end of the day, that's all I got to say realistically about this game. Steelers fall to 2-6. Going to our bye week next week. You won't see any videos from me next week. Then I will be back for the Saints week, hate week. It will be a live stream because I can't just do one video on it because the video will be way too long. I need to do a live stream because I got some stuff that you guys will not believe will happen. And Saints Uptown, JP, you guys better be ready when the Steelers play the Saints in Week 10. You guys better be ready for that. Because after our bye week, we get TJ Watt back. You're in for a world of trouble because TJ Watt is ready to whoop some ass and ready to come back and dominate like he did last year. This is LC Muscles 28 here signing out. See you guys later. Stay awesome. And remember, one half of the season doesn't determine the rest of the season. There's always ways you can come back and do well to end the season strong. Good day, everyone. I'm out of here.